Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, ladies and gentlemen, and tonight is the night, ladies and gentlemen, you have landed on the mothership. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's another Thursday night, and oh boy, I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you this much: we cannot wait for tonight's extravaganza. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot wait for the extravaganza to commence last night. And I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be discussing AEW Dynamite. We've got wrestling news to give to you. I have a WrestleMania surprise for you. All of that and so much more here tonight on the Wrestling Experience. And again, like I said, it's a Thursday night. You've landed on that mothership, ladies and gentlemen. And we can't wait to beam you aboard this mothership. So enjoy the ride, enjoy the fun, and enjoy the WEE, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, just join us right now, ladies and gentlemen. Join us on the Wrestling Experience as we give you AEW Dynamite and so much more here tonight on the Wrestling Experience.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, the Wrestling Experience, with your host Earl Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also through AEW. You are now watching The Experience, the Wrestling Experience. Now with your host Earl Cole.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to beam you aboard this mothership. And ladies and gentlemen, I've got two other things I'm going to beam aboard. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, she is Wisconsin's darling, ladies and gentlemen. She was here with me last night, ladies and gentlemen. And when she tilts her head, ladies and gentlemen, she reminds me of "You Can Turn the World On with Your Smile." Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome. She is part of the Dirty Bang Bang Gang. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the one and the only Starlight Skyline.
Hi, Earl. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you tonight?
Good. Happy Friday Eve.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, we beamed another Earthling aboard. It's always good to have this gentleman here. Ladies and gentlemen, he helps us on the watch alongs. Ladies and gentlemen, all the pay-per-view extravaganzas. He's got the round. He's got the round. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the one that Mac the Giants fan. Let's head up to the sky.
How's it going, Earl? How's it going, Sarah?
Mac, thank you so much. Thank you so much for gracing the wrestling experience. And thank you again for coming on board.
Thanks for having me. I always appreciate it, man. I always love coming on, man.
Yeah, Mac, last night we had AEW Dynamite. What did you make of the show, Mac?
It was another good, solid show by AEW, man. Another, some good matches on there as usual. Like I said, AEW to me always is a little more entertaining when it comes to the actual matches themselves. I think they utilize their talent a little better. So, good show, solid show. I mean, nothing special or spectacular, but it was a good, solid show. Definitely entertaining.
All right. And let me ask you something, Mac. What do you think of the build so far for Revolution?
I can appreciate where they're going with it with things, man. They're like putting layers to the stories for each match, getting things set up. Really going all in with this Sting's retirement match with the Young Bucks, and Darby Allin against the Young Bucks. They're really continuing to really build that, even including Sting's sons in the mix a week ago on AEW Dynamite, and it's been cool. I mean, can appreciate it. Like I said, there's been some good stuff going on. So definitely.
Yeah, I would agree with the assessment. Sarah, what did you make of last night Dynamite?
I thought it was good. I thought it was another strong show from them. The build towards Revolution's been really good. I mean, that's something we've talked about for a while now, is that they've got to get better with building to their pay-per-views and not, scheduling, matches for a pay-per-view at the go home show, or the show before the go home show. So it's really good that they're building, they're putting in that effort, they're giving, that long-term storytelling, which is really good. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Revolution. I think it's going to be great.
I'm going to agree with everyone's assessment here because I think that the build has been fantastic for Revolution, as Sarah and Max said. I think the build has been fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. It is as absolutely a testament to what AEW can do at this point. And like Sarah said brilliantly, they need to build this correctly because you don't want to build it the wrong way and start building it towards a go home show because that is not how you build a pay per view. That is not how you do it. We need to get invested in these matches, and we need to get invested rightly so. Um, and also, ladies and gentlemen, we also need, ladies and gentlemen, a strong go home show. We need a strong go home show. If you don't have a strong go home show, how in the world could we sit there and invest our time in this pay per view? So I'm going to say this, ladies and gentlemen, and I said this last night. Daniel Rader Sports, how are you? I was going to say this last night, ladies and gentlemen. I've never said this before, but the two organizations, WWE and AEW, are doing their pay-per-views correctly when it comes to the build. The builds have been fantastic for both pay-per-views, and that is something we need to expound upon, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's talk about the first match, guys. Let's talk about the first match. It was Dax Harwood taking on John Moxley. The match was fine. The match was all right. And what was really strange in the match, Moxley and Harwood kissed each other on Valentine's Day. I thought that was bizarre. I thought that was bizarre. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. I didn't think that we would see that in a wrestling match, but okay. All right. Say Valentine's Day, show the love. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Mac, what did you make of the match?
I thought it was a great match, a great way to open any show up. You got two guys that are two of the best in the world at what they do, and they put on a good show out there. I mean, it came out hard hitting match, hard hitting affair, and it ended in Blackpool combat style. Man, Moxley refusing to take off the choke, man, and Claudio coming in and Dash Wheeler coming in, and it was just a great match, man. I mean, I would love to see FTR mix it up with the Blackpool Combat Club a bit. I think we'll get some really great matches out of that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too. I think I said before, great chemistry, great nuance in the match. I thought it was great. So, what did you make of the match?
I thought it was great. I thought it was excellent match. I mean, both um, Dax and John Moxley are fantastic in their own right. So you got to figure if you put those two together, you're gonna get a really good match, and that's what we got. So, like you said, very hard hitting. They kind of ran the gamut, and they told a story in the ring. Stories aren't in wrestling aren't always told, backstage or through promos. They AEW, like Max said earlier, AEW does a very good job of doing that in the ring. So, yeah, I thought it was an excellent match.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with everyone's assessment. I thought the match was fine. I thought the match was all right. Match was fine. Match was all right for what it was. As I said before, and I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so on an entertainment level, Mac, what number do you give this match?
I give it a 9. I was entertained, very entertained watching this match. I thought it was a great way to open the show. The delay.
Sarah, what entertainment level do you give this match?
I agree with Mac. I'd give it a 9. It was awesome.
I'm going to agree with everyone's assessment, and I'm going to give this match about a 7.5. This match got a 7.5 for me. I thought the match was fine for what it was. Great, like I said, great chemistry, great nuance in the match. Moxley and Dax both put on a show, and a show they put on, ladies and gentlemen. So that was good. That was good. Let's go to the next match. Let's go to the next match, ladies. Wardlow came into the ring and he took on a jobber. Well, that didn't last long, did it, folks? Mr. Brown was turned into Mr. Brownies.
Mm.
the, oh well, ladies and gentlemen, if you wrote a friend on Gmail, you missed it, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't one of those matches, ladies and gentlemen, that would last long. Wardlow came in there and he gave him the powerbomb symphony, and that was the end of Mr. Brownies for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm.
Anyway,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen, ladies, it's one of those things. Mac, what did you make of the match?
It was definitely nothing to remember. I mean, I get a little. This is one of the things that I do get a little bit frustrated with AEW sometimes, where it's just like, what is even where it gives you that WWE feel or vibe. Like, what is Warlow doing going against jobbers at this point? Period. On your Dynamite show, it's just that's your staple show for the week. Your big show of the week every week on Wednesday night, and you got what are we wasting time having Warlow come down to the ring? Even waste his time walking down to the ring just to get in there with a jobber, a guy that just goes in, like you said, power bombs and match is over. I mean, come on. We deserve, I mean, as fans deserve better than that. Warlow deserves better than that. I mean, it's just at this point in his career, there's no reason for him to be getting in the ring against jobbers on AEW Dynamite. He's not some new guy. Warlow's not some new guy coming in that you're developing and trying to build up. Warlow's an established talent and he's an established badass. And just what's the point of wasting time with him going against a jobber? But you know, they have these moments occasionally, and I guess we got to live with it. So, but this is definitely nothing. Definitely not going to remember this about the show last night. That's for damn sure. It's not a lasting
I
memory.
found it to be very entertaining. I found that to be very entertaining because I knew it wasn't going to last long, and I knew his brains was going to get scrambled in the match. Sarah, what did you make of the match?
I'm sick of seeing Wardlow squash matches. It's old, it's boring, it's tired. Yes, we all know Wardlow's a badass. Yes, we all know Wardlow is really big and strong. But constantly having him do squash matches, you are not doing him any favors. None. It's not developing him, it's not developing his skills, it's not developing his character. Um, I get it. They want to make him look like, pardon my language, Billy Badass. Um, and with Undisputed Kingdom and everything. But I mean, the match wasn't even long enough that Adam Cole could even do anything on commentary. He didn't even say anything on commentary. I mean, he just put the headset on and Wardlow did this thing and he took his headset off. Like that was it. So yeah, I want to see more from Wardlow.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with everyone's assessment. The like I said before, I'll say it again. The match was quick. The match was just flambe to me. I don't know what other words to describe it. But on an entertainment level, Sarah, what number do you give this match?
A one.
Okay, Mac, what do you think?
I gotta agree with Sarah. I mean, I wasn't entertained really by it. It was just like you said, funny. They just comes down, power bombs this guy's poor guy, and and that's it. The end of the match is over. I mean, just like Sarah just said, you want to see more from Wardlow at this point. Just got to start getting him. It kind of, if I could just go into a little bit, it reminds me a little bit of the early stages of like a Baron Corbin in NXT when he was the lone wolf, when he would just come down and have those squash matches and just like literally the crowd was, as soon as there's Baron Corbin's coming down, the crowd's just counting down to how quick he's going to beat his opponent. It kind of just reminds me of that, and you saw how far that got Baron Corbin in the earlier part of his career. So I just think that AEW needs to do better with Wardlow, man. He's at this point, it's just like enough is enough already.
I'm going to agree with that assessment. Um, I'm going to go down the dial here and give this a goose egg. A big old goose egg. The match laid the golden goose, ladies and gentlemen. That was an egg. And that was an egg, ladies and gentlemen. So don't come back at me on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, and tell me that I should have gave it more than that. No, I can't give it more than that. Nope. It wasn't entertaining. Like my colleague said, it wasn't entertaining. What do you want from me? You know. All right.
Not lying.
Adam Copeland took on Daniel Garcia. The match was fine. The match was all right. Except for the ending, ladies and gentlemen, there was a lot of shenanigans in the match. I don't like shenanigans. I don't like it. Everyone knows that about me. I am Mr. Anti-Shenanigans. I don't like it. It ruins the ambiance of the match. The match was going fine. But Pinocchio interfered in the match, and, well, Sarah's favorite referee, Aubrey Edwards, had no other alternative but to ring the bell.
I'm surprised she saw anything at all.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Told you she forgot her bifocals last night.
Anyway, the match was fine. The match was all right, except for the ending. I didn't care for it. Matt, help me out here. What did you think of the match?
Oh, well, like you said, the match is great. It was a good match. Obviously, you got a wrestling legend in Adam Copeland. You got one of the just great, amazing rising stars in Daniel Garcia, man. And it was a great match, and it was going really well. I was curious what the outcome was going to be, how they were going to end this match. But I should have known better. Should have known the family was going to get involved. And my only issue with the family getting involved is I kind of want to see this story climax. I want to see Edge, and I want to see Christian, and I want to see him one-on-one. That's what I really want to see. I don't know if Daniel Garcia is now going to be kind of thrust into this match as well and make a triple threat title match as well. But I really wanted to see like something more where Adam Copeland and Christian really get in the ring one-on-one, settle their differences. Hey, how you doing, Walter? Settle their differences and it just let those guys fight it out the way this story is truly supposed to end. I was hoping for something like maybe lock the family up in a shark cage or something to keep them uninvolved. Let it come down to Copeland and Christian. Like that's like what I really was hoping to see, something to that effect. And I do want to see Daniel Garcia do big things in 2024. But right now, I want this story to be Copeland and Christian, and let these guys really, really finish their story. I mean, that's what Copeland, I would assume, had a big motivation was going back to AEW, was because of course he wants to ride it out one more run with his best friend, man. I mean, obviously, it only makes sense. It's only fitting. And I really wanted to see these guys end this story. And like I said, it's not that Daniel Garcia ruins a match, obviously, because he's, like I said, one of the great young talents. But I just wanted I wanted this to really, really, come into and finish up climax with just Christian and Adam Copeland really settling their differences in the ring, man. But it was a great match between Garcia and Adam Copeland. It's a shame that it ended the way it did because it really was a great match.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with the assessment, Mac. I'm going to agree. I would like to see it 1-on-1, to be honest with you. Sarah, what did you think of the match?
I thought it was a good match. I agree with everything Max said. I mean, you've got Adam Copeland, who's been in the wrestling business for many decades now. And you've got Daniel Garcia, who's really stepped it up a lot. And I think his performance in the Continental Classic just, proves that. So for him to be trusted and for Adam Copeland to want to work with, give him the chance to work with him, I think that says a lot about his talent and his skills as a professional wrestler. But I think it takes away from, the shenanigans at the end. It takes away from everything those two guys did in the ring, because then it completely gets overshadowed. But you got Christian and then Nick Wayne and his mom and Luchasaurus. You got all these other people coming down. It's like, really? So it just, and I get it. Heels are going to do heel things. They're going to cheat. They're going to do all these nefarious things. But it happens so often. It's not, you're not adding anything to the match by doing that. Once in a while is fine, but when it's a regular thing, come on. So it should be Christian and Adam Copeland 1-on-1. Not that Daniel Garcia doesn't deserve it, but that's what we all want to see. We all want to see Adam Copeland and Christian 1-on-1. So I really hope that I really hope they don't make it a triple threat match, because then there's going to be shenanigans, because then there's no
free to do it.
Exactly. They're free to do it. So I really hope they don't make it a triple threat match, and they put some kind of rules in place where they bar everybody from ringside and things like that, so there can be no interferences, anything like that. So
I can't argue with what you're saying. I really cannot argue with anything that you said. To be honest with you, I think that this should be a 1-on-1, but we have to wait and see what Tony Khan says, because that's the ultimate decision goes with him. But last night, Nick Wayne, when he interfered, and then Luchasaurus came in, and all of Elsie's friends came down to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, and it was a party, but not that kind of party. And then Nick Wayne's mom hits Adam Copeland in the Sanjay Dutt, and then he gets a concerto. Ladies and gentlemen, not something. It was something else last night. Christian wanted to make sure that he did not versus any of those opponents last night. That's what his modus operandi was. That's why he was up the things. And I'm not a fan of it. So, Mac, on an entertainment level, what do you give this match?
Still give it. It was a good match. It was a good 7.5, 8, somewhere around there. It was a good match.
Sarah, what number do you give this match?
I'll give it a 7. I'd give it higher, but the shenanigans at the end just kind of took me out of it. So
Yeah, I'm going to agree here with everyone. A 7 is works. A 7 works, and I can't do anything less than that. Um, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson took on Top Flight. The match was all right. The match was fine. Uh, the young children, as I like to call them, ladies and gentlemen, went over in the match, ladies and gentlemen. The EVPs of AEW went over in the match. Ladies and gentlemen, defeated Top Flight. Um, Darby Allin came in the ring. He threw some truth bombs at the end with the promo. Now we got the match official, ladies and gentlemen. As you all know, ladies and gentlemen, the AEW tag team titles are going to be up for grabs. The young children will take on Sting and Darby Allin. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a Texas Tornado tag match, which means, ladies and gentlemen, there's no tags. There's no tag. This mismatch. This match is something that Sarah loves me to say all the time in some matches. It's going to be woolly, wild, and all over the place. Use it as a hashtag, ladies and gentlemen. Woolly, wild, and all over the place. And it's your hi Wesley, how are you tonight? And you're such a loyal soldier. Thank you so much for your generosity and your chat. I'm going to go to Sarah first. Sarah, what did you make of this match?
I thought it was a okay match. I mean, they're both teams are like high flyers, I guess, as they're referred to. I thought it was really interesting. There was a good back and forth between both the teams. So a member of Top Flight would do something, and then one of the Young Bucks had an answer to it. One of the Young Bucks did something. Top Flight had a retaliation for that. So there's a lot of good back and forth in the match. So that was good to see. But again, it's just the cheating at the end. Like I said, I get it. Heels are going to cheat. They're bad guys. But yeah, that always takes me out of it.
Yeah, it kind of takes the steam out of the whole thing, really. To be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, the kicking in the Sanjay dirt didn't help matters any. That was not necessary. That wasn't behind the referee's back. That wasn't necessary. But that's the way
I just think that the Young Bucks turning heel, they would be seen as more of a threat if they were winning clean, not winning by nefarious means. So that's just, like I said, that's just my philosophy on it. It's just my thoughts on it.
Mac, what did you think of the match?
I'd say it was a good, solid tag team match. I mean, nothing, not an instant classic by any means or anything like that, but it was a good, solid tag team match between two good tag teams. Young Bucks, obviously highly established, one of the best in the world. The Top Flight is some young guys still coming up, but really got a bright future ahead of them. Very young men. A lot of wrestling left in those guys, but yeah, the Young Bucks. To me, this is still just all about just continuing to build it to Revolution. I do love how they came out with the same white suit song covered in blood, Darby Allin's blood from a week ago. Thought that was just a good way to drive the heel, the asshole point home that they've been kind of establishing themselves as. I mean, let's face it, there's no other any word for it. They've been complete asses for the since they've taken over the EVP roles. So, I mean, I think this is more just about the build towards Revolution, more so than anything. Like I said, the match itself, good, solid tag team match, but it's nothing that you're necessarily going to be thinking about next week, for instance, or anything like that. Not be thinking about the Young Bucks top flight match that we saw on Dynamite. It was a good solid tag team match. Then like you said, Darby coming out with the save as the Young Bucks were appearing to getting ready to give the what are they calling it now, the EVP trigger to Tony Schiavone. So like I said, just good continuous build towards the big match at Revolution, Sting's retirement match. So I think they got the job mission accomplished from that regard.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the assessment. I'm gonna agree with the assessment, and on an entertainment level, Sarah, what do you give this match?
I'd probably give it a 6. Like, it was fine. Like Mac said, it wasn't anything, wasn't really super great. It wasn't terrible. So, but it built towards Revolution, which was good. So,
Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm right with Sarah on that one. About a 6. Like I said, nothing great. It wasn't nothing great about the match necessarily, but it was a good solid tag team match. If you just enjoy watching tag team wrestling, it was a good solid tag team match, but nothing spectacular.
So you're gonna go with the same number?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to say the match was all right. The match was fine. Like Sarah said, it was high flying. And if you like high flying wrestling, I know I like it. So I'm going to give this match a 7.2. The match gets a 7.2, and it was good for what it was. It was good for what it was. I know everybody likes when I give 0.2s, 0.3s, 0.4s, and 0.5s. Ladies and gentlemen, here in the wrestling experience, ladies and gentlemen, I think you know that always happens on this mothership. So, all right. So let's talk about this next match, guys. It was Sky Blue taking on Willow Nightingale. The match was fine. The match was all right. Now, if you don't like Willow Nightingale, then why are you a wrestling fan? Why are you a wrestling fan if you don't like Willow Nightingale? I find her to be infectious. She likes to go in the ring and have fun. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with
I
that?
mean, I love Willow
I mean,
Nightingale.
there's a lot of people that don't. What was that, man?
I was saying I love Willow Nightingale. I mean, I think she's continues to get better and better each and every match, and I enjoy watching her. Enjoy watching her work in the ring.
Well, great. Then you can stay on the panel. Anyway, ladies and
your presence is contingent on if you like Willow Nightingale or not.
So, anyway, Mac, I'm going to go to you first. What did you make of the match itself?
Another good match between these two young ladies. Both of them are really developing big time. They both come a long way, especially towards more the tail end of 2023 and coming into 2024. Sky Blue is up in the rankings right now in the top 5 in the women's division. That's very impressive for that young lady. I mean, it was a time where she was pretty much almost at jobber status, and now she's come a long way, full circle. I mean, her new character development, and she's got this dark heel-like character that she's doing now. She's been doing that, executing that really good, and she's just gotten a lot better in the ring. She's gotten a lot cleaner in the ring with the things she's doing and the way she moves and the way she works, man. And like I said about Will Nightingale, the same thing. Each and every match, she just gets better and better. It seems like I'm kind of curious where this story is going with her and Statlander and Stokely. I mean, Stokely kind of just a natural heel by nature, but these two young ladies here have been really two of the biggest babyface women in AEW. I don't know. I just don't see. I don't. Even last night in that match, you saw Stokely get involved in when Sky Blue had to win, pretty much locked up, and Stokely came in and distracted Audrey Edwards again. Once again, it always seems to be her. It always seems to be Audrey, but So I like I said, it was a good solid match, women's division. I mean, these like I said, these two ladies,
Yeah.
they got very
Again,
as
I
well.
agree with the assessment. Sarah, what did you make of the match?
I thought the match was good. I think it's really funny how Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale were so against Stokely being around them, and now all of a sudden they're like hugging him and fist bumping him and stuff. So it's kind of funny, like the turnaround with that. So, but it also makes me wonder because Stokely is seen kind of as a heel. If we're going to get a heel turn out of both of these ladies down the road, so it's kind of got me wondering that. And Sky Blue has, gotten leaps and bounds better than she used to. My only thing is that, if you really want to help develop her, especially developing this new darker, character that she has, we need to see her on TV more. She needs to be a consistent presence on Dynamite or Collision or wherever it is she's gonna be um, on TV. You know, she definitely we need to see her more. Like we haven't seen her Julia Hart in weeks. So
Right.
her Julia Hart's title reign. It's like, okay, well, what are you guys doing with this? Like she's holding the title, but she's never on TV. So, um, but yeah, I thought the match was good, and I love how Stokely distracted Aubrey Edwards at the end. I like that. So
Yeah, that is Sarah's favorite person referee.
like I said, she's blind as a bat.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm.
According to her, no. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
Like I said, she needs to get some bifocals.
Jinkies. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. I'm old school, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm old school. That's
Yes.
what it is down the bottom there. Ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, on an entertainment level, Mac, what do you give this match?
I mean, it was about a 7. It was a good match, good solid match between these two young ladies.
Sarah, what do you think?
I completely agree. I give it a 7 as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go across the. We're gonna go 21 across the board with 7. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the match was fine. The match was fine, ladies and gentlemen. The match was all right for what it was, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna jump up and down with it. If you want to see it again, that's fine. But it was all right for what it was. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're up to the main event of Dynamite. Ladies and gentlemen, we're up to the main event of Dynamite. It was Mitch Kofsky's bestie, Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy, ladies and gentlemen. And he was in a Texas Jeff match with Matt Taven. The match was fully wild, bloody, and all over the place. Ladies and gentlemen, dang gone it, ladies and gentlemen. I think if you were sitting in the front row, you needed a smock, ladies and gentlemen, because the blood was just all over the place. And if you wore white, ladies and gentlemen, sitting at ringside, well, you're not going to look what you look like when you came in. The match was just vicious. It was violent. It was for the time strength that they had in this match, they really and truly amped up the hardcore level, ladies and gentlemen. And it was absolutely it was just crazy. The match was crazy. It was physical. It was crazy. It was diabolical. It was just what these men did to each other in this match was great. And the Kingdom coming in at the end, I didn't care for that kind of shenanigan. But again, this was a Texas Death match. There was no rules. There was no disqualification. So Matt, what did you make of the match?
It was a lot to digest, like you said. I mean, the start of the match was pretty much 10 minutes left before the show was over, I mean, it did go a little overtime. The show ran a little late, obviously, to get this whole match in. But like you said, I agree with you. Is they did have to kind of rush things a little bit along. And a match like this, Texas Death Matches, as we know, we go back to Tangman and Swerve, man. Let these kind of matches develop a little bit, man. It was like you said, so much just right at you, right in your face, so quickly. Thumbtacks and just chairs and everything else and in between, and it just all seemed to just happen so quickly. But I mean, these guys, Orange Cassidy was an absolute bloody mess. I mean, once again, even though it was definitely some time constraints on this one, it was definitely a very hardcore and not easy on the eyes. This match was definitely tough, man. Not for the weak at heart, man. It was. I mean, it was solid considering, but I just like to see matches like this have a little more time to truly build its way up and develop a little bit more, as opposed to kind of just rushing things with a match like this. They should have just gave it a little more time and let the audience really soak it in and enjoy it. Like you said, it was just a lot. It was just so much so fast, but it was still. I mean, Orange Cassidy, Matt at Taven, they did a good job, all things considered.
Sir, what do you think?
I said this very same thing last night. I said I was very surprised they were able to do as much as they did within the time frame that they had to do it. I mean, they went 5 minutes over, but as Max said, they didn't start until 10 minutes before the show was going to end. So I definitely think they needed to, cut other things out. Like, you could have totally cut out that Tony Storm crap and put that time towards this match and make it a little bit more impactful. Not that it wasn't impactful, because I mean, they were both all bloodied up and everything, but yeah, I mean, I thought they did excellent job given the amount of time that they had. I was surprised though that they did Texas Death Match on a random Dynamite. I thought that they only did those types of matches on pay-per-views. So I was very surprised to see it last night, but I thought it was a good match.
Yeah, just to go back in AEW archives, they did do a Texas Death Match with Dustin Rhodes once, and that was during the pandemic era. That's when the audience was not there. They gave us that on television, but this match, ladies and gentlemen, this match, ladies and gentlemen, this was a lot in the Christmas gift. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a lot to unpack, ladies and gentlemen, in this short amount of time, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Taven had 56 thumbtacks in his ear. Ladies and gentlemen, they had to pluck him out with the 56 thumbtacks in his ear, and it was in his scalp. So the doctor had to go back there and pluck that from the back of his skull. Ladies and gentlemen, that was not that I'm quite sure that was painful. That was not pretty. They just laid it on. And one spot in the match, Orange Cassidy took out the box of the love box, ladies and gentlemen. And I said to myself, now I know that in that box there is no candy in that box, ladies and gentlemen. No, he wasn't giving him candy, ladies and gentlemen. No, he was giving him 100,000 thumbtacks in that candy box, ladies and gentlemen. And he spread the love last night to Matt Taven, ladies and gentlemen, and made him like a pin cushion. Ladies and gentlemen, I was kind of concerned. I said, well, if he has a drink, he's going to leak. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Like the old Looney Tunes cartoons.
You ever see those cartoons where they have the character, they get all punctured and then they drink and then it all leaks out? And then you go to the doctor and you say, oh my God, I sprung a leak. That's not supposed to happen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. I'm old school, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm cool. That's what it is down in the tagline. So, but anyway, the match was fine. The match was okay. So, Mac, on an entertainment level, what do you give this main event?
I mean, considering everything you guys put their bodies through and what they did in a very short period of time, it's a lot of pain to endure in that period of time, in that little period of time over there. And I still give it a solid 8, man. It was still, I mean, a wicked match, a way to end the show. Definitely interesting way to end the show. These guys, I mean, they delivered. Even though, like I said, I just wish they could have had a little more time to do so. But other than that, she's like the only complaint I had with the match. Otherwise, they did a lot. They put on. They entertained the crowd. I was entertained, so I give it a solid 8.
So, now, Sarah, what do you think?
Again, I agree with Mac. I give it an 8. Dynamite started strong and they ended strong, just like last week. So can't complain about that.
No, I am going to agree with the assessment, and I'm going to give it an 8 as well. The match, like I said, the match was wild. The match was wild. It was all over the place, and I give them kudos. I give the both of them kudos for what they produced in the match. I mean, with the time that they had to play with and everything else, and squeeze everything out in this match. I mean, these two went to war. I mean, there was no build to this match, but you didn't need it. You just didn't need it at this point. What was that, man?
Right.
No, I was just glad when you said there was just no build to the match. It just because I was thinking about that too. Like, why are they having a Texas Death Match? I just thought the build kind of seemed like it came out of nowhere. But
right, and it was to soften Orange Cassidy to make sure he doesn't make it at Revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, against Roderick Strong. I think that's what their modus operandi was, but it didn't work. Cassidy wins the match, ladies and gentlemen, and marches forward. So that was AEW Dynamite. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dynamite in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. The matches were great last night. They gave you rapid fashion. It was rapid fashion. Bang, bang, bang with the match, ladies and gentlemen. You know, clang, clang, clang with the trolley, ding, ding, ding with the bell. You know, that was Dynamite. That's what they did. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you look that up, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Dolly. Oh, how you doing? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get to some wrestling news. QT Marshall is back with AEW. QT Marshall returned to AEW, ladies and gentlemen, and he departed from the promotion after his contract expired. However, Marshall is poised to make a return to the company, and details about his responsibilities have now been revealed. In case you missed it, QT Marshall publicly announced his resignation from AEW via social media. However, Tony Khan says that the door was open for QT to come back, and the door was always open. Marshall decided to take up on Khan's offer and fix a few issues between the two of them, as well as returning to AEW again, but not as an in-ring talent. So Marshall will be coming back to the AEW, but not as an in-ring talent. So what do you guys think of that?
What the hell is he going to be doing? He's not he wrestling.
Well, apparently he has a role, and he will be training and developing the wrestlers in AEW.
Well, then what was the point of him even leaving?
He had a dispute with Tony Khan behind the scenes, and the two of them butted heads. And he says that he couldn't deal with him anymore, and then he handed his resignation on X. Khan then called QT Marshall and told
he threw a temper tantrum.
Basically.
He threw a temper tantrum.
So
ridiculous.
QT took his ball and went home with it. Now he's back in AEW, and they fixed the issue.
Ay.
I mean, I suppose it could be a decent thing. I don't know. QT Marshall, I mean, I guess he could. I don't know how well he is at developing young talent, but I mean, I guess it's an opportunity to learn from a veteran for some of the younger wrestlers. I suppose. I guess he's had to some more wait and see thing and see how things turn out and how things work out. I guess because really don't know what to expect.
Um, the PW Insider has revealed that Jade Cargill's involvement in the chamber match has been scrapped. Um, with plans on shifting to her appearance on SmackDown this Friday instead. So Jade Cargill will not be appearing in the chamber, but she'll be on SmackDown. Originally, Cargill was slated to enter and potentially triumph on Monday's Last Chance Battle Royal, but the adjustment to the plan now is under consideration. So, according to the PW Insider, Jay Cargill was supposed to be in the chamber. They decided to scrap that, and she's going to appear on SmackDown instead. I think that this is a good idea because maybe they felt that she was not ready for that kind of spotlight and to be in the chamber and to be in the battle royal and to be in everything else. I think they want to hold her back and let her see what kind of development she gets in the ring before she gets on a grand stage. I mean, she was in the Rumble. She did good in the Rumble, but this is a different stage. This is WrestleMania on the line here. And they want to make sure that we don't have a snafu. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's why they did it. Sarah, what did you think about that?
I mean, I think it's a smart idea. I mean, the Royal Rumble is the only time we've seen her in the ring, and she's been with. I mean, she signed with WWE 6 or 7 months ago. So I do think, and I've said this since they signed her. I'm like, she needs to get in ring experience before they go about putting her on a pay per view. Now with the Royal Rumble, I think it's different because you've got a bunch of other women around you, so that if a mistake happens or something, a botch happens, it's more easily concealed because you can focus on the other women in that match. When you've got something like the elimination chamber, granted there can be multiple women in the ring at the same time, but it's definitely not as many as obviously the Royal Rumble. So I think that's a smart idea. I think it's a very good idea. Let her get her feet under her. Let her get her bearings about her with how WWE does things, how they want her to be in the ring, and develop something that way. I think it's a good idea.
Mac, what do you think?
I think it's absolutely the right idea. Like you guys were saying, I mean, yeah, it was cool seeing her in the Royal Rumble. That she came in, she really did assert herself well and did really well. But the Royal Rumble is different. That's a type of pay per view where 30 women are involved in that match, like you were saying, Sarah. And it's just that's kind of what you expect from the Royal Rumble. You expect to see those surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble, and that was a good way for her to get her feet wet, to come out there and give the crowd what they wanted, something like that in the Rumble. And so that was different, one thing. But this is the elimination chamber, and it's not even just an elimination chamber. It's what's on the line at stake. I mean, it's a title shot at WrestleMania on stake. I mean, let's face it, Jay Cargill has not earned that opportunity by any means. It would just be like, Brock Lesnar coming saying, I want to come back and get a title shot all of a sudden. It just you had to also pay your. I'm old school when it comes. You got to pay your dues. You can't just come in and get things handed to you. And I don't appreciate that. And WWE does that better than anyone else, like just handing things to people. So I think she needs to really come up, get involved in a good storyline with someone else. You know what I mean? With a couple of other talents, and build yourself up a little bit before you just get thrown in to like such a big event. The Elimination Chamber over in Australia. It's a huge event this year. And like I said, just what's at stake, man. Jay Cargill has not earned that opportunity by no means. And it'd just be kind of slapping the face of all the other women that have at least earned the opportunity and earned the shots and are a little more deserving at this point. So I think they made a good move, and I'm glad they definitely did back off of that idea because it just wasn't. Well, it's not her time yet in WWE. It's just not. I mean, she hasn't, like you said, has not even had a regular match yet with anyone. So for her to be in the Elimination Chamber and any potential threat to win it and go to WrestleMania and main event WrestleMania, it's just like pump the brakes, a little bit. So I'm glad they backed off of that. Great idea.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with everyone's assessment. You don't want you don't want her to be in the battle royal, and then all of a sudden she has a botchy moment in the match, and then she wins the battle royal. She gets in the chamber, and let's say she's green, and that's not going to come off good. That's not going to be a good look. That's not going to be a good look. That is a wrong direction to go into, because as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, the wrestling community will just go. They will just go all over it. They will just go all over it once the botch happens in the match. And nobody is going to be talking about what happened in the chamber. They're going to be talking about what she did in the match, and they want to overgloss what happened in the whole thing. So, yeah, I'm glad that they've done this. I think this was a smart move and a great move by the WWE to do that. Um, so, ladies and gentlemen, I have some news. I have some news to give to you all, ladies and gentlemen. I had a phone call today from Orange Cassidy's bestie, Mitch Kosky. Mitch Kosky told me to get on the other StreamYard, ladies and gentlemen. And I said, all right, Mitch, I'll come in there and see what you got cooking in your cook pot, ladies and gentlemen. So I was in the meeting, ladies and gentlemen, today with Mitch and with Blaze Radio, ladies and gentlemen. Naughty Blaze Radio. I call him Naughty. Ladies and gentlemen, that's
He
my name.
is.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, later, watch Tuesday night's Queen of the Wing,
Oh my
and
God.
you know exactly what his title is.
Oh,
Um,
so much fun.
anyway, Mitch and Blaze let me know today that Blaze is going to WrestleMania. He's going to be in WrestleMania. He's heading down to Philadelphia. Blaze Radio is going to be part of WrestleMania. And I said to myself, I said, this is fantastic. This is fantastic because Blaze never been to WrestleMania. So now he's gonna be going down to Philadelphia, and he's gonna be there along with all of us on in Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be fantastic. I cannot wait
Oh
to
my
have
gosh.
Naughty Blaze Radio in Philadelphia because all of us, ladies and gentlemen, the hardcore sports, we're gonna crunk the high Philadelphia. We're gonna get crunk that night, ladies and gentlemen. 2 nights of sold out WrestleMania legend. We're gonna get quantified, and
Wow.
that is gonna be great. I told Blaze Ring, I said, congratulations. I thought that is fantastic. You're heading to WrestleMania. That is fantastic news. That is fantastic. So it'll be me, it'll be Mitch, it'll be AK, it'll be Blaze, and it will be everyone else from the hardcore sports. We're all gonna be in Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen. Some of us will do night number one and head home, but some of us we're gonna do both nights. I'm gonna be there for the entire weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, the entire package, ladies, including Monday Night Raw. I cannot wait for WrestleMania. We are just 50 days away from WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to believe, ladies and gentlemen, but we are on that road to Philadelphia, and I can't wait. So Blaze was excited about that. Mitch was excited, and I said, "This is great. This is absolutely great." I like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, you need to go to WrestleMania once. Take that thing off your bucket list and go do it. I've done it 11 times. This is going to be my 11th time, ladies and gentlemen, doing WrestleMania. This is gonna be 11, number
Wow.
11, ladies and gentlemen.
My
It
goodness.
is just it is fun, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fun weekend. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of things to do. But I'll tell you this, folks. Once the plan is in place, ladies and gentlemen, and you go to that city, oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, it's so much fun. The mercury just goes right through the roof. I mean, going to the hotel, seeing the fans, mixing with the fans, seeing the international. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have met people from places like Egypt, England, Kuwait, California, Florida, Wisconsin. Ladies and gentlemen, I have seen them come from all. Oh, yes, yes, sir. Yes, 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 sir. Yes, sir. I remember one time at WrestleMania, I met a couple who lived in Madison, Wisconsin, and they brought their 11 children, ladies and gentlemen. And
Oh my God.
she had 11
Wow.
children, ladies, 11 boys, ladies and gentlemen,
Holy
11 boys, ladies and
smokes.
gentlemen. And they were all excited, ladies and gentlemen, to be at WrestleMania. They couldn't wait, ladies and gentlemen. And
Jeez.
and they were lovely. They were lovely. They bought me dinner and everything. They were absolutely lovely. They were lovely.
Wow.
God.
They were lovely. I had fun with
Jeez.
them. They were love. I said, I can't believe you. I told her and her husband, I said, I can't believe you raised 11 boys. I was like, God bless you. God, I
Yeah,
said,
definitely. Oh my
I said, God
goodness.
bless you.
She's
She
got her
said it
own
was a lot
football
of money they
team.
put together to bring them boys to WrestleMania. They were all excited. They couldn't wait. So I'm telling you, folks, I'm telling you, there's nothing like WrestleMania. Nothing like it. You
I'm
need to
really
do it.
happy for Blaze. That's fantastic. That is really cool.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
you've got no excuse, Earl, not to shoot that video of Mitch walking down a hallway. I'm telling you. You know Blaze would be
If
down for it.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you this much. If I run into Mitch and I see him walking, I'm gonna videotape him, and then
You have
we're gonna
to.
do a what was that, sir?
I said you have to. You
I
just
know. I'm
have
going
to.
to. If I see him do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Mitch,
do it.
Mitch, Mitch, Mitch.
And he's a fashion plate.
But
Yeah.
you gotta do it when you put the short together. You gotta do it to Samoa Joe's music.
Not exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
So instead of Joe, it's Mitch, Mitch, Mitch.
And he's a fashion plate.
Yes, that's right.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Oh my gosh. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway, that was the WrestleMania surprise that I got today, and it was a fun
That's
surprise.
cool.
It was really cool. I cannot wait to go to Philadelphia with all of the hardcore sports people. We're all going to be in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Some of us are going to stay in Airbnb. Some of us are staying in hotels. Some of us is going to be all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. But one thing is for certain, we're going to have fun. I'm going to take a lot of photos, ladies and gentlemen. They'll be uploaded on Twitter or X. You can take a look, ladies and gentlemen, at all my little nuances and everything like that as I mix with the audience, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a fun evening. It'll all kick off on Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, with Friday night SmackDown's Go Home Show. It will be their Go Home Show. And then we're going to be doing the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It's going to be a long night of evening inside the Wells Fargo Center. And then stand and deliver in the morning, 11:30 in the morning on Saturday. Then Saturday night, we're going to do WrestleMania night number one. So it's going to be a long, 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 long evening into the morning for yours truly, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be exhausted, but it's worth it. It's all worth it, ladies and gentlemen. It's all worth it. Um,
That's awesome.
so, ladies and gentlemen, just to get everybody know in the cook pot what's happening with our schedule, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, me and Nick and I, we will bring you Friday night SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna crunk the five Friday night. We and Nick, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna bring you Friday night. So I hope you'll tune into that telecast. ladies and gentlemen. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday afternoon at 2:05 is the debut of my show, The Wrestling Chronicles. We're going to bring you the Wrestling Chronicles, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go back and talk about some of the wrestling news that happened this week. And we're going to talk about that and so much more. And we're also going to have Q&A. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for me in the chat, don't hesitate to ask me. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll try to answer it the best way I can. But that's the Wrestling Chronicles, and that's going to happen on Saturday afternoon at 2:05 Eastern Daylight Standard Time. Then, ladies and gentlemen, I will return again with my Angels on Monday night. Ladies and gentlemen, it'll be me. It'll be Denise. It'll be Sarah and Cherry. We will all bring you Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. And that will happen live. And again, back to Giants fan. Thank you so much for gracing us tonight for the wrestling experience. This has been a great experience, no pun intended, with you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Always appreciate coming on, Earl, man. Always love talking wrestling with you and Sarah, man. It's always a pleasure, man. Always a good time.
Yeah, we love chopping it up with Mac the Giant fan. Like, whether it's salad greens or anything, we just love chopping it up because he's got the roundup. He's got the roundup. Yeah, Mac the Giant. He's getting down and dirty. Mac the Giant. And again, thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for gracing us tonight here at the Wrestling Experience. We had a lot of fun, and it's been a pleasure entertaining you, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you so much to Back the Giant, and thank you to Hall of Fame Sarah. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, next Thursday night, ladies and gentlemen, me and Sarah, we're going to bring you AEW Dynamite, and we're going to predict the Elimination Chamber. So that is all happening next Thursday night. We cannot wait to bring that to little nuance to you, ladies and gentlemen. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. And thank you all so much for joining us here tonight on the Wrestling Experience, powered by the Hardcore Sports Network.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, the Wrestling Experience, with your host, Earl Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW. You are now watching The Experience, the Wrestling Experience. Now with your host, Earl Cole.